For the Jets, they got smoked 37-22, and it has become clear that the Jets are the worst team in the NFL. I mean, the Jets, they're just the worst team in the NFL. These errors that they continue to have are just bad. This is what terrible teams do. And the tough thing right now for them is that a lot of it seems like as Aaron Glenn made kind of decisions, and some of it doesn't just seem like it just flat out has been. For instance, for the Jets, they had the ball early in the game, first drive, driving down the field. Justin Fields runs it outside, gets tackled about the 1 yard line, and it would have been 3rd and goal on the 1. Instead, they had an offsides penalty. They take that to make it 2nd and goal from the 3. To me, I want the ball on the 1 yard line with those 2 shots. That 2nd and goal on the 3. To make it worse, they ran Breece Hall on the outside. He ends up losing 5 yards. They get sacked, and they are lucky to make a field goal. And in a situation where they should have had the ball on the 1 yard line, and I know not everyone can push, but QB sneak with Justin Fields, I think that works. I think that play would work. They ran it later in the game, and it did work. Spoiler alert. So for them not to do that, to accept that penalty, not decline it, get the ball in that situation is just awful, and it's coaching malpractice. And then to make it worse, later in the game, just Breece Hall fumbling the football. He did get her on the play, so it was a tough play, but it got just super punched out of his arms. That is back-to-back weeks now that they fumbled the ball in the red zone, because that play as well was in the red zone, just like Braylon Allen did just last week. They clearly just aren't teaching ball control and not fumbling, because they continue to fumble the ball. The offensive line is awful. They hold almost every play. They can't really block. And then when the offense does finally get some plays, at least in this game, they were called for holding. My gosh, I mean, the Jets, they just have no formation variance. They're a bad team in almost every way. The only thing they can do is run the ball, and that's cool. But if you can't play defense, that doesn't really work as an effective style, because you can run the ball and get those yards. But if you're down 30-6 in the third quarter, it doesn't really matter. Their pass defense has been bad this year. They got lit up. Their run defense also bad. We saw what Miami was doing to them last week. Even when Tyreek Hill left the game, they couldn't get any stops. And for Aaron Glenn, being a defensive coordinator from the Lions, you got to get the defense right, because that is what this whole team is based on, is you being a defensive coordinator. And it just has not happened up to this point. And then, even when you have that, even after the Breece Hall fumble, it's still 10-3 before halftime. It could have been a hard, close-fought game. The Cowboys run the ball because they're on their own 15, and for whatever reason, for reasons that remain unclear, Aaron Glenn calls a timeout. The Cowboys then start throwing the ball, start getting down the field, score a touchdown, all off of that one decision. Quick plays. They got an offsides in that sequence, and then Dak threw a 30-yard bomb. Just all types of indisciplined stuff off of that. They could have just let the Cowboys take the clock down. They should have been thrilled with 10-3 with how bad they are and how badly they were playing. Instead, they thought they were a good team, and they ended up they thought that they were going to get a stop on the Cowboys offense, get the ball back, and then score. When they had the ball, they also went 3 and out, didn't score. The Cowboys got it again. They called timeouts, get the ball back. They're like, oh, we smell the blood in the water. And then they scored on a big run. And then after that, once the ball was, they didn't even score on the big run. It was a 68-yard run. Still 17-3, 18 seconds to play on the 10-yard line. The Cowboys call a play fake. The Jets had no idea that they were never going to run the ball there. And it's just an easy touchdown. And just all of it, it was a complete collapse, complete turn of the game right at half. Just bad decisions, coaching, bad decisions by players. Just awful, everything bad. Justin Fields, he's just not accurate, unfortunately. He just can't hit passes out here. I don't know if nothing's open. I do know the offensive line is terrible. Garrett's open, that's about it. This team has Garrett, Sauce. I don't even know if Sauce is good anymore. Sauce is getting cooked by everyone now. And Breece Hall, and that's it. The offensive line stinks. Quarterback he can run. Fields is a good runner, but he's not accurate. He's not a top 20 quarterback in the league. He can't hit passes. He needs a defense, and the defense is non-existent right now. The Jets are terrible. It's 3rd and long. We're running a draw. I don't know what to do with this team. I don't even know if you fire Glenn. I guess you keep him for a year, give him another chance to like right this ship. But this is awful. And they need a lot. They need a lot of things. They need a lot of picks. They need offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, QB, maybe coaching. I don't know. The Jets are just a mess. They're always a mess. But this year, it's looking slightly more Jetsy than other years. But still, it's same old, same old. And we'll see if and when they can win a game. At this point, that's kind of all it's about. Let's see. Who they play next? The Broncos. They play the Panthers in 2 weeks. That might have to be their chance. They play the Browns. Okay, Panthers, Bengals, Browns after this Broncos loss that they're about to get. I think they're going to get one of those 3. I don't know which game, but that's the soft part of the schedule. They just need to win and try to get to 3 this year because this team stinks. They're just undisciplined. And it shows week in and week out. And until Aaron Glenn fixes the discipline, nothing else they're trying to do will matter. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do weekly videos for each team. So we have playlists directed to your team and the week in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and most importantly, comment in that section. I'd love to talk to you guys about what you think about the videos, what could be improved, what I did right. Thank you again. Lumia Sports. Peace.